I'm going to go ahead and we're about 20 seconds away from being 3 minutes in. I'm going to get this started because I'm sure the absolute worst thing for people who probably archive this later on YouTube is to sit here and listen to me ramble on as we get this started. David's confirming for me that yes, he'll be editing this heavily. Thank you, Dave. I'm sure it's going to require some heavy editing. So I'm streaming direct from the PS4. I'm not doing any streaming from my PC. So while I can see folks have joined, which is very, very cool, I cannot see who you are. So please leave me a comment so I can actually say hi and get a good idea for who's watching right now. I know David's in the room. Somebody else is here too, which is very, very cool. So a little bit about what I'm going to do with this particular stream. I'm going to basically do clean hands, which means we're not going to kill anybody. Deadworth is on. Awesome. Good to see you, buddy. Not going to so we're not going to kill anybody. We're going to kind of go through the clean hands. You won't see any trophies pop because I've already gotten the platinum for this game. I'm going to do mostly Flesh and Steel achievement, which is you don't upgrade any of your powers or any of your weapons. Just keep everything in the bare bones for basically you start the game at. And we're going to try to go for Ghost and Shadow, which is you basically get through a level either without being seen or at least without having any alarms go off. That's kind of the critical thing. I think those are kind of the primary achievements. Basically, if you're looking to platinum Dishonored, you can do it in 2 playthroughs. Yeah, I do mean trophy, David. I'll say achievement sometimes. I've gotten into the habit of using the word achievement, even though it's more of an Xbox thing, mostly because when I refer to platinum, while I'm at work, people naturally assume I'm talking about playing Overwatch competitively, and that I'm platinum rank. I'm definitely not. That's where good people in Overwatch play. I have platinumed Overwatch as well, but I'm not platinum rank. I know. Not hard to believe. We might do some Overwatch streaming tonight too, which you can see how just completely awful I am at that game, because getting trophies is way different than being actually good at the game. So in addition to the different upgrades that we're not going to do to get those trophies, I'll just kind of show you guys the paths that I took. This probably won't be a perfect run through of these first couple of levels. What you can do, and I'll mention this a few times to take advantage of, Dishonored allows you just to save your game anywhere. It takes like seconds to do. So as you're progressing through a Ghost or a Shadow playthrough, I would highly recommend just as you get through and you haven't been seen through like a quarter of the level or maybe every 5-10 minutes, depending on how long it takes you to get through levels, just go ahead and save your game. You can reload, because the critical thing that I ran into, the reason I didn't get the platinum on the PS3, I didn't understand when I first started playing, is you have to do all in one playthrough. Even though there's a chapter select option, you can't select chapters later on and come back and get this platinum that way. You have to do it in a single run through. So I would recommend 2 run-throughs, basically a run-through where you go for the clean hands and the Ghost and the Shadow and all that stuff. And to do that run-through, I would actually do that second. Go play the game and have a good time first, because you should probably skip some of the secondary missions, because some of those missions will either make it much harder for you to either get the trophy, or they'll force you into a position where you have to kill somebody, and because that's part of the mission, and it's best off if you just don't take those. So kind of starting off here in the prison, this level's pretty easy. You're going to have to see if I can do my best to just not get seen at all. A lot of people will start off knocking out that first guard. You don't have to. You can literally just walk by him. You just want to keep pace with this other guy, because he's going to turn his back here. If you feel like being a jerk, you can go ahead and pickpocket him. Since we're not doing upgrades, we don't need to do that. It's just being mean. So hang out here till he turns around. I just realized I'm playing with my bad controller too, so you guys may notice like sometimes I move really slow when I'm going left, because if I hit exactly left, this thing doesn't work right. I should probably switch controllers at some point, but we're already broadcasting. We'll call that a fun handicap. It's not as critical in this game as it would be in something like Overwatch. I'm grabbing all the money and stuff because I'm mostly a pack rat, but you don't really need this stuff. We're not doing upgrades. Yeah, David, so I always recommend playing the game the first time around for fun. Not so much because getting platinums is not fun. I think getting platinums is very fun. But you do have to skip, or make this game gets easier if you skip some of the content in order to get the platinum. So first time through, just play it however you want to play it and see how that works out for you. Make sure you use your lean outs on these sections. This game has like a really, you can lean out like super duper far, and for whatever reason, if you're leaning, they don't see you. So you can be, as long as you're behind the wall and you use the lean, you don't normally get detected at all. You can see right there the little lightning bolts. It means somebody caught like a glance of me. It's okay if you get those lightning bolts, as long as they don't turn red and like the little music plays that says you've been discovered. You still get the achievement. You can knock people out too. That's totally fine. Even if people find the bodies, as long as you get an alarm set off, then you're good. You're going to get your ghost or your shadow achievement. In case you're trying to play through without even knocking people out, that's going to be really, really difficult. And for your clean hands playthrough, it's easier, obviously, if you don't get detected. So it kind of makes sense to do these all at once. There's other achievements like getting the Sokolov paintings and getting all the blueprints so you can do all the weapon kills. Obviously those are not going to work very well in a clean hands playthrough. The Sokolov paintings are also often in areas that have a lot more guards, so I wouldn't recommend going for those during a clean hands playthrough. Kind of just wait. I actually don't even think I need to steal this key. I think I just do it because I'm a kleptomaniac in this game. I like stealing things. This game gives you a ton of leeway with your stealth. It's sometimes a little hard to tell when you're in stealth and when you're not. Like it seems like I don't know why these guys can't see me, but they can't. You've got a couple of avenues to go with this section too. You can technically hop on that box, crawl through that window after these guys stop talking, or you can wait till they both kind of turn around and go behind these. I'm going to use this method this time, just because last time I went through the windows, and it's a little tricky. And you got to be careful. This guy can see you if he turns this way, but you want to keep tabs on where the guys in the offices are across from you to make sure they're not looking as you go to cross here. They shouldn't be. You should be totally fine to make these moves. Basically, we're going to let this guy walk all the way across. I don't need to steal. I'm just a kleptomaniac in this game. Yes, that's a quote David just put in that I said. This part is tricky because that guy should be able to see you, and this guy can definitely see you while you're hanging out here. So you're going to have to kind of just play with the camera a little bit. Why this guy can't see me? Don't know. He should be able to, but he can't. Kind of hang out with this guy being right there, and then just kind of match pace as he walks past you. You'll be fine. There's a guy in that window across from you. He usually won't see you either. You can usually pretty casually walk across here. Just stay in stealth so you're not making a bunch of footstep noises. And then wait for him to turn around. And then we'll hop in this window and open the door. Want to take my patrol. I don't need shit. We're just going to move in here super duper quick and hang out. We need to knock out this guy, but this guy is going to come up above us and be hanging out. Sometimes the game will detect that, sometimes it won't. We're going to steal from them too, because we like to steal. Yeah, exactly, Dave. Why no one cares that prison doors just open on their own, I could not tell you. See, he's turning around now, so we're good. I've been playing a lot of Tomb Raider, so I'm forgetting what the buttons are for this game. We're just going to dump him in there. That noise is going to trigger that guy, but it's fine. Again, if you get a lightning bolt or two, you're totally okay as long as it doesn't fill all the way up and you get red. These guards are super casual. Travis is commenting. Yeah, they just don't care that much. We're gonna steal, and then we're gonna knock them out. And again, I can't explain why they don't care, but we're gonna just kind of walk over this way and shut the door. And so now basically you made it through the whole prison without being seen. We picked up a bomb earlier that we're going to plant on that door. Go ahead and get this guy out of the way, because he will definitely die if you leave him by the door, and that's going to ruin your clean hands playthrough. Kind of on that comment of like knocking people out, that's totally fine, but be very cautious of where you leave them at. If you leave them on the floor in a place where like rats are at, like the rats will come eat them and it'll count as a death. Even if you're not around to see it, like it'll happen. Or if you knock out a guy on a rooftop, he could potentially slide off the roof. And see, now the way the alerts go up, I didn't see them go red. They might have gone red, I don't know. But basically, you're going to dive off there really quickly. Make a quick save before you jump off of there. And that way if those guys end up seeing you dive for whatever reason, not sure how they could, but if they see you, you just reload your save, you'll be good to go. That might have blown our ghost playthrough right there, but that's what those cool little saves are for. But yeah, just be conscious if you decide to knock guards out. I try to knock out as few as possible for that exact reason, especially down here in the sewers. There's rats everywhere. So if you knock somebody out and leave them, chances are when you finish a level and it gives you your synopsis of what you did, it's going to say that you killed one person. You can just go ahead and assume that if that happens while you're doing a clean hand playthrough, you probably left somebody in an area where they could get eaten by rats or they could fall off rooftops.
Street gang, maybe.
Like these guys. Now, I got nothing to do with this. They're going to die no matter what. So that's not how to count against your clean hands playthrough. I'll take a quick swim through some really gross sewer water so we don't have to worry about rats. Oh, that's not a good job. Don't worry about where you leave that guy, he's already dead. Yes, death by rat would be a gruesome way to go. If you're not familiar with Dishonored and you watch these guys get eaten by rats, it's really, really gross. You'll actually see that come up right here.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies?
So just as soon as this part loads, get to the middle platform before those rats finish up eating. You're going to toss a couple of these guys out here to distract the rats long enough. So rats detecting you is not going to count against your stealth. The only things that are going to count against your stealth are if guards or any humans detect you that aren't like side story folks. And weepers, the infected people in the game. If those guys detect you, then yeah, that's going to blow your stealth. If you run across normal townspeople that don't have anything to do with your mission or what you're doing, then you're usually in good shape. Yeah, they're bodies. They're not people anymore. Travis is going, just toss some guy, distract the rats. That's just how you do. I'm going to disable a couple of these traps. I probably don't really need to do this. I'm kind of running off memory at this point. But there's a trip rope there, and there's one on these stairs that'll blast some rockets at you. You're not going to lose any stealth by doing that. There's no one in this area. There's some more money we can steal, though. And this is where we finally get our gear. We're not going to really use any of this stuff for the most part, because again, we're not stabbing people. But in the not too distant future, we get some sleepy time darts, and those actually, do we get them now? Yeah, we do. So go ahead and set your sleepy time darts to your quick wheel, because you actually might use those. Everything else you're not gonna. There's a chest here if you want the combination. There it is. Doesn't really matter because it's all money and we're not paying for upgrades.
He won't get past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over.
Yeah, I got a trademark on sleepy time darts. Don't steal that, it's patent pending. For this part, we just got to hang out until these guys kind of move around.
Smells like a dead
This guy here on the left is going to take a quick pee-pee break, I think, and then we can sneak past him. For funsies, we'll steal his money too. I'll turn away to spare David's sensitive
I
eyes.
come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out.
Again, this is maybe another section where you want to make a quick save so you don't get anything messed up if someone detects you. Be really careful coming to this side too. If you come a little too early, that guy is going to be hanging out here by this fence, and you'll get your stealth blown. So if you hang out until the other guy moves and you do it the way I just did it, you should be fine. And you can hang on these pipes. No one, you can casually walk across the pipes. No one, for whatever reason, can see you up here. And then get to this section. This guy has a really weird pattern. It's better off if we just wait until he turns the opposite way, and then quickly just kind of make a run for it. Gonna skip all the health. We don't need that stuff. You'll find that since you're not upgrading any abilities or equipment, that you have very little need for money or a bunch of the rejuvenators, because you shouldn't be getting into any combat or using really any powers that don't regenerate quickly. There you go. There's your prison escape with
I work for some good people.
with no kills.
Very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I can still.
So I guess what we're going to find out right now is going to give us the
just down the
synopsis for this level, and we can see how we did. I might have gotten detected when we jumped off the bridge. No, I didn't. Yeah, so I didn't kill anyone, and we got our ghost achievement. So yeah, pretty easy. Sometimes you'll get to this screen after you've knocked a few guys out, and you'll see you've got dead or unconscious bodies found. Doesn't matter. David's asking what number level is this in the game. This is level 1. So you have like an opening to this game, and then the prison is the first official level. And there's, I believe, 9 levels total in the game. Again, when you're going for your ghost playthrough, or actually any of the trophy playthroughs, to get clean hands, to get ghost, to get shadow, to get flesh and steel, you've got to start the game from scratch and do it in one playthrough. If you get to this section and you notice don't kill anyone or ghost not checked, go ahead and hit replay mission, and then just load one of the saves that you made, and figure out what your mistake was. And that's maybe why you want to keep 2 or 3 saves throughout each level. So if you have an inkling of maybe where you knocked a guy out and you've saved after that point, you can kind of rewind a little before that. But it has to be all done in one playthrough. So you can't chapter select and then ghost each level. So if you're going for the trophy, that's how you have to do it. I found out the hard way. I played every level over and over and over again on the PS3 a couple years back, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting the shadow achievement or the shadow trophy. And did some Googling when the Dishonored Definitive Edition came out, and found that, yeah, it has to be in a single playthrough, or it doesn't count. The upside of that, though, is it doesn't matter what difficulty you're playing on. None of the trophies have a difficulty setting. So if it's just up to you, right? Like if you want to play it on easy or you want to play it on the hardest setting, it's not going to make any difference as far as the trophies are concerned. I actually didn't play the intro to this. I just hit a chapter select and hit 1, so I actually don't know what difficulty we're on. We're probably on normal.
And now that you've escaped.
But yeah, if you're specifically going for trophy, so you do your first playthrough, you've had a good time, now you want to go trophy hunting, I'd say just play on easy. I mean, you've played the game, you know how it plays. None of the trophies have any specific difficulty setting. There's not really any changes between the difficulties, other than you have like less time guards will detect you much faster. Whereas on the lower difficulties, you might get 1 or 2 like little lightning things above their head before you're able, to go into the alert status. So for just the ease of getting the trophy, I would go ahead and just play it on easy while you're going for clean hands or things like that. I'm going to skip these cutscenes. You guys can play the game when you want to and watch those scenes yourself. The game actually has a cool story. I really like Dishonored. So I don't really want to go through all the story stuff. I'd rather you guys play that stuff on your own.
Please, while I hold this in place. Careful.
We're going to skip past this just so we can get to the next mission as quickly as we can. There's all kinds of cool things to explore around here, but my assumption is that if you're watching this, you've already played Dishonored, a good chunk of it, if not completed already, and you're just kind of curious about
Thank you.
maybe some alternate paths in the game that you can take
Tell me what I can make for you.
to get some cool trophies. So a big thing here is you can go ahead and buy ammunition. That's totally fine. You can't do any of these upgrades. So don't buy any equipment upgrades. Don't just stay at the upgrades menu altogether. I would recommend getting yourself some sleepy time darts, since that's really the only weapon you'll use in the game for clean hands. You might as well spend your money on that. You're not going to spend it on anything else.
I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Sleep well.
What you'll notice on the stream as well, the loading times aren't really terrible on the PS4, but on the PC they're really, really fast. So this will be probably the least fun part of streaming, is waiting for these levels to load. And what did David say? You can't get any of those upgrades. Does it ruin your Ghost playthrough? So no, getting the upgrades won't ruin your Ghost playthrough. So what we're doing is we're combining a few trophies at once. Ghost playthrough, you just can't get detected, or you can't set off any alarms on each level. And to get clean hands, you can't kill anybody. There's another trophy that I'm kind of showcasing at the same time called Mostly Flesh and Steel. Which means basically once you've been given this first ability to blink, we don't upgrade this ability. There are upgrades for each power. Blink will let you go farther. We're just not going to use any of the upgrades. We're not going to upgrade any of the weapons, and that way you'll get the Mostly Flesh and Steel trophy at the same time. I figure as long as you're playing the game the hardest way you can play it by not getting detected, you might as well just ramp up that difficulty and not do any of the upgrades that would make that achievement easier. But that's actually a good point. If you're really struggling with the Ghost or Shadow playthrough, go ahead and don't worry about getting Mostly Flesh and Steel on that same playthrough. Maybe you have to do another playthrough for that. I don't know why I tried to jump. You obviously aren't going to make that. So yeah, I tend to try to combine the trophies wherever I can. I kind of had the benefit of playing this on the PS3 a while back, so I remembered what trophies could kind of be achieved at the same time. I don't think there's any new trophies with the Definitive Edition. I'm pretty sure the exact same trophies. We've finally gotten the heart now. This will help point you towards runes. It doesn't really matter. Again, you can't do any upgrades if you're going to get the Mostly Flesh and Steel playthrough trophy, so you might as well ignore them. Most of the runes are achieved with secondary missions or side missions, which we're going to be skipping. A good portion of those, because it just makes the playthrough a lot easier. And that's the menu telling you about all these cool upgrades. Please don't do any of them if you're going for the Mostly Flesh and Steel trophy. Just exit that menu and just never go back into it. David, I have a suspicion that you're on mostly to ensure I don't beat the amount of folks joining the stream. I'm not going to worry about that so far, because we had 3 at one point, and now we have 2, which it's fine. I don't feel bad about that at all. It's my very first stream, so there's no real reason anyone should be watching this. And I'm kind of the same camp. I rarely watch live streams. Mostly I just don't have the time. But I got the house myself tonight, so I thought, maybe take a crack at this. David says, I'm here because I love you. I believe you. I'm giving you a hard time. This is a good point. I actually think this is one of the big differences between the PS3 version and the PS4 version, is when you start off you get all of these bone charms. I don't think you get that in the PS3. You just have to go find them all. Now, while you can't do the upgrades to your abilities, you can go ahead and use these bone charms. These don't affect your Mostly Flesh and Steel trophy. Most of them don't really do that much for you. Void Channel is really the one you want, because it slightly improves your abilities, and since you're not doing upgrade abilities, that certainly helps. But the rest of these are like blast resistance and and things like that. The only one you may also like is Delicate Touch, because that means when you break glass, it doesn't make quite as much noise. Travis is saying he only watches live streams. He doesn't. I guess that means you never go back and watch the archive footage, that's cool. I like live streams when I can make the time for them, but yeah, between work and family and whatnot, that doesn't always happen.
Maybe too long. Believe it?
Well, let's get down to it. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by name.
This is an unavoidable side mission. You get it. You don't have to do it, but basically she's asking if you can save her uncle. You can. It does make your game a little tougher. I'll try to show you a pretty good way.
Venturing into the overseer's nest.
I'll probably show you a pretty good way to hopefully save him without really impacting your playthrough.
Ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Just give
We're
it a
not going to do any upgrades. I think this will be the last level I show tonight. We're almost a half an hour into the stream. And I'm new to streaming. I don't know how people feel about it. I generally, when I look at videos, if they're longer than like 45 minutes to an hour, I get intimidated by them. So I think we'll try to keep this at an hour or just under an hour. And then maybe we'll turn this into a series of things where I play through the game this way. David asked if this is a 24-hour stream. No, unfortunately, this is not going to be a 24-hour stream. I'm not quite ready to marathon just yet. All right, so this is mission number 2.
It'll be a rough trip.
You're going to get some narration from old Samuel here about
Now it's not so easy.
a potential side mission you can take for Granny Rags. If you go to her apartment, you can get some additional runes. That's a good idea if you're going through for some other trophies. This playthrough, I would just go ahead and avoid Granny Rags altogether, because ultimately her side missions may involve you having to take other people out, which is going to ruin your clean hands achievement or trophy.
Don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
Alright, let me go ahead and make sure blink is set to my down button. Yep, it is. It has to be there. For some reason my sleepy time darts didn't stay on my left side. I need them to be there because it's just muscle memory at this point.
Let's go. It's nearly midnight. But easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat.
This guy over here is going to start moving the second you walk up here, so just kind of hang out behind here. You've got a couple of options, just depending on what you feel like doing. You can knock him out, or you can try to walk past him and teleport.
What is it?
I think that last one was moving.
What?
Again, just if you're going to knock people out, you do need to be kind of conscious about where you leave them. Try to leave them on top of a box or a platform, or don't chuck them off like I just did, with his face down the mud. If they slide into water or they're a place where rats will get to them, it's going to ruin your clean hands playthrough.
1, 2, 3.
Good. Keep them coming.
There's a girl that's going to be up here. This actually will count against you, I believe, if she sees you. So just kind of hang out until she turns, and then we can get up the stairs. You can pickpocket her too if you want. If like you want to be a huge jerk, you can like pickpocket poor people too, besides just guards.
1, 2, 3.
Once you're up here, you can walk casually. These folks up here aren't weepers or anything. None of this counts. You can just proceed through the level. This is the first case where your clean hands playthrough is going to get you in some trouble. There's a guy trapped in this house over here. You can save him and you buy blueprints and other equipment from him, but you're going to have to knock these guys out and either risk getting detected, risk using up all your sleepy time juice. So unfortunately the best play here is just to kind of leave that guy locked in and to his fate. It feels really weird. You're playing a clean hands playthrough and you have to let other people die or leave them in bad situations, but it is the best option for you if you want this trophy. I recommend to get across this street, just go ahead and use the lamps above the street. These guys won't look up ever. This is a path we're going to revisit in mission number 3. because you'll basically take the same route. If you've upgraded your blink ability, you can get up here pretty easily. You're going to have to space yourself to get back up here with the baseline one. But head up these rocks, you're going to avoid this guy hanging out over here. He probably wouldn't see it no matter what, but this just makes it easy. There's a couple of guys over here as well, so use your blink ability to get through the alley without being seen.
Seen anybody with signs of the sickness?
There's some guards up here and a guard in this booth. For whatever reason, if you're up here, he's not going to see you. This guy should be able to see you, but he can't. Just blink past these barriers, and you can get to the door and you're good to go. Every time you go through one of these doors, you get a loading screen. You'll get an auto save, which is a good, checkpoint. If you do mess up, you can come back to that. I wouldn't depend on it though, because again, if you get into an auto save situation that you don't like, I would recommend just go ahead and creating your own manual saves. David said, I think this is officially the last mission I beat the first time I played through the game. So I'm guessing that means you haven't seen anything past this. Just crazy. It's a great game, David. You got to finish this. This guy, knock him out, leave him up here. No one will kill him. He'll be fine.
All right, I won't be of any help here, so I'll make my own way back.
So every mission gives you a target that you got to take out. But there's a non-lethal way to take these guys out each time. It's a little more difficult, but you have to do that for your clean hands playthrough. If you assassinate even those targets, even though they're the only targets, you won't get clean hands. Again, we're going to use the lampposts above the streets to cross and detect it. David said this is in his backlog of shame. Although we talked about on episode 60 about maybe not having shame about our backlogs. So.
What were his crimes? Who can say?
If you again, I'm guessing you played through this game already. If you're watching this for clean hands and shadow and things like that. If you're new to it and you're just watching for fun to see if you'd be into this game, you'll notice as you use abilities like Blink that take very little mana, the blue bar you have up at the top, your mana will kind of auto-regenerate what you've spent. If you spend it in quick succession before it regenerates, then it's gone, and you'll have to use one of your little mana potions. David said this is one of his game's backlog. His backlog of pride. That's there you go. That's what you want to do. Oops. There's really weird detection on this cage. You hit like halfway up and it gives you the ability to jump to the top of it. But really what you want to do, you need to read this book and you need to get the brand, and that's how you're going to be able to take out the first target without killing him. Alright, just a mana refill. How many? Yeah, I've only got 3 potions at this point in the game because I haven't been collecting them, so I'll try not to use them all up. I would recommend just go ahead and... Oh, hey, Adam's here. Spoilers. Yeah, well, So I'd recommend just sticking up to the top platforms here. This is the easiest way. Oops, well, don't do that. There's a guy who's about to come down here. So we'll just get back up before he sees us. Had to use one of our potions to do it. So don't do that. Stay on top. That's the way to do this properly.
That's clear.
So the meeting chamber over here is where we got our first side mission to save that girl's uncle. As soon as you enter, you'll hear people talking. You've got like 30 seconds or so before anyone actually comes in. If you want to grab this rune, go for it. I won't be using these, but there you go. What you want to do to save the uncle is come over here and spill these glasses. You can switch them. That'll take care of your target. Mission done right there. But for clean hands, you need to spill those so that if you're going to save the uncle, if you're not going to save the uncle, then it doesn't matter.
If my overseer's here anywhere, I'll come straight to you.
David said he's watching me play Dishonored in bed, and it feels right. And there's no reason it shouldn't. So this would be a section I would recommend making a save on. Again, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to play fast and loose with my own rules here. But basically, as the guys come in and you switch these glasses, you're going to trigger another event to happen where the High Overseer is going to take the girl's uncle to a secret room in order to try to kill him. I I think the intention is to go ahead and follow them down there. There's a Sokolov painting in there. If you're going for Sokolov paintings, that's where you would get the very first one.
Dies and suddenly this. What do you have
But there's a lot of backtracking for the clean hands playthrough. You've got to take this guy back to that interrogation when we got the brand. So your best option is just to sleep dart both these guys. If you only sleep dart the High Overseer, then the captain's going to run out and set off the alarm. So you've got to sleep dart both these guys so that nobody comes in. This adds one little complication in that if you say this guy's light, well, I don't know why that just came out. Apparently I have a real mean streak and I just can't help myself. Alright, let's put that away.
Far too long.
There we go. I was in a weird position. I couldn't pick him up. I still can't pick him up. Weird. Okay, there we go. How long till I play Overwatch? This question came up. Actually, right after this, I'm going to end this stream in about another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to start playing some Overwatch. If you guys want to play with, that'd be awesome. Also, party, anyone who's watching, feel free to come and join. Oh, wait, what happened? So I don't know why these guys came in. That's super weird. You can sleepy time dart all these guys. They'll eventually go down. But we just ruined our shadow playthrough there. I actually don't know what happened. Maybe I was in here hanging out too long talking to you guys and making noise. So just let's pretend that didn't happen for this playthrough. Go ahead and take the captain. Oh, I know what happened. I dumped him over here and that made too much noise. Actually, don't do what I just did. Leave the captain where he is. The downside is if the captain's knocked out, he can't run to safety on his own. So you're going to have to drop him off at that safe location over there in order to complete the side mission. But now that they're both knocked out, let's pretend that piece didn't happen. We're going to take the High Overseer back to the interrogation room. Just follow the exact same path we took to get here already. One thing that makes it a little tougher is you're going to notice that when you're carrying somebody, the little up arrows to climb with a teleport are no longer there. So that option doesn't work. You've got to just got to land the teleports. In which case, I would recommend using these lamps. It's way easier. I think you can walk across this right here, but I'm not going to chance it because I've already goofed once. Oh gosh, I cannot get this thing to land right. I've already goofed once, so again, we're going to try to pretend this is a good playthrough, not a bad playthrough. If you've been keeping track of where the guys in the hallways are at, you can verify that you've got plenty of time to come in here and sear this guy's face. I saw the guy outside, so we should be totally fine to do this. And there you go. This is how you take out your first target without actually having to kill him. You need to quickly get out of the room because guys are going to start showing up in here. Odd thing, they are going to clearly see that somebody's grabbed the Overseer and put a hot brand on his face. They're not going to set off any alarms though. Don't ask me why. No clue. But we use that to our advantage here. So we need to follow the same path we took earlier. I almost had that little climb option. Yeah, it's close enough. We'll take the same path back to the meeting room. I'm going to use one of our potions so we can just kind of move this thing along. Normally I would recommend just go ahead and take your time. Yeah, David said they aren't going to set off the alarm because these guards are just chill. That's true. These guards are super duper chill. All the guards in the game are super duper chill. You kind of have to try to piss them off. Or, throw a body on the floor so everyone hears it, and then they're kind of forced to react to you. Once you've got the captain's body, we're going to just head out that window of that same meeting room, and you can just follow the quest point to where you need to drop them off at. It's a little tricky. There's going to be 2 guards out there, and for whatever reason, the really nice way, even though this captain isn't involved in anything and we've already taken care of the guy that was going to put his life in danger, you got to hide his body in a garbage can. So he's got to sleep in a dumpster tonight to be safe. It certainly doesn't seem safe to me, but what do I know? I've never slept in a dumpster. It might be amazing. David's making some choice quotes. Well, I'll let you read them for yourself because I won't repeat what he's saying. Now, it's been a little while since I did it this way. I'm trying to remember. I think I hopped on this and I waited for these two guys to kind of hang out. And then once they turn around, we can just teleport down, dump this guy's body in the dumpster, and call it a day. This would be another one of those great spots to maybe save your game. I think this guy only goes so far and turns around. I can't remember. Let's just go ahead and do it. He's probably going to see us. Whatever. There you go. Saved. Screen went black there, so that it could auto-close that. I wish it wouldn't because I find it very disorienting, but... And the door you need to get through is right here. Just let this guy get a little past you and you're good to go. So again, you're going to see a lot of stuff in the backyard area of this level. I recommend just skipping most of it, to be honest, if you're going to go for the Ghost and Shadow playthroughs. Again, we're pretending I didn't screw up by throwing bodies around and making a bunch of noise. There's some people in distress. There's some bone charms and some runes that you can get, some equipment you can get. Just ignore it. I know that's difficult to do when you're a completionist. Hopefully you've already done this in another playthrough, so you don't have to do it now.
Don't let them take me! I swear I've done nothing wrong!
Silence your lying tongue, foul witch!
This is the easiest route I've found so far to bypass most of the guards. Even with your unupgraded blink, you should still be able to make it to this rooftop. There's usually no guard up here. Once in a while there has been when I played around, but I think that was because I just spent a really long time in the level. Normally you're not going to find anyone here. There is going to be a guard right underneath you that kind of walks back and forth that you'll need to be careful of. So don't let this guy see you. As long as you're up here hanging out, you should be fine. Also, just down this road, sometimes a guard's going to come and he has a dog with him. Dogs will detect you faster than humans will. Again, you should be fine. Once the other guard passes, just verify that they're not... Yeah, see, I think I briefly saw somebody. Yeah, there they go. So they come out here pretty close. Just make sure they're not hanging out, because you want to teleport down by these stairs, hit up over the wall, and you can see the marker to get to Samuel right over there. There's a little chain we're going to take down, and then we're done with this level. If you've got upgraded blink, this is obviously way easier, or the ability to slow down time. There's all kinds of ways to make this easier that we're not taking as part of the mostly flesh and steel trophy.
Is that you?
And that's it. That's how you get through mission number 2, taking out a target without being seen, mostly. I did recommend you make a save right before those guys come in the room. That's why I did it. There's gonna be nobody out here. Go ahead and steal whatever you want, and then go ahead and finish the level up.
From the way I hear it, Campbell lived a pretty posh life. Maybe it's not my place to say, but men of the faith shouldn't live like barons.
Yeah, David, without being seen in quotes, as we're going to see as this level finishes off, I definitely didn't get the ghost. Trophy here. I definitely didn't kill anybody though. But you guys saw exactly where I got seen at. If we had made a save where I'd recommended we make a save at, we could have loaded that back up, realized we don't need to actually move the captain's body at all. And then that would have been the end of it. We would have progressed the rest of the level and gotten our ghost trophy. This would be one of those scenarios, if you did what I did, you would need to replay your mission and load up a save that happened before we got detected. But since there's an audio cue, generally it's pretty easy to tell once you've been detected and that you need to rewind your save a little bit. And that's all there is to it. We're about 50 minutes in, and I don't want this thing to run too crazy long. Again, I wanted to keep it under an hour, and I think we've done that. So I think let's call it a night on Dishonored, but maybe we make a little series out of this if you guys liked it. So check it out. We'll archive this to YouTube. Check it out and either leave us some comments or tweet at us. Let us know if you like this. Maybe this becomes the new hunt. I used to write an article on our website with some trophy tips, and that really fell off because the time I could have spent doing that, I was playing games. Decisions. That's the one I made. But I get to play games and give tips with this method, so maybe I'll use this as the new jumping off point for the hunt. David said I should team up a couple of Overwatch matches, and I absolutely will. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to hop into Overwatch right now if you guys want to join. Just look me up on PSN, Taco_Douglas. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, I'm obviously not on, but go ahead and add me to PSN anyway if you see me on. We'll play some matches. I keep it pretty casual. I rarely play competitive, and don't expect anything really crazy to happen. I'm mediocre at best. But we have a good time, and we keep it casual. So thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Thank you especially to Adam, David, and Travis for jumping in and watching almost the entire thing. We did get somebody else. I see a fourth person there. I have no idea who you are. Thank you for joining as well. This was really awesome. I actually had a lot of fun streaming this. It was my very first solo stream. I've never done this before. This is actually really fun. I think we might make a series out of this. Depending on your guys' feedback, let me know. So again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream, and we'll see you next time.